The Young and the Restless spoilers, Thurdays full, the 11th of June 2026. Welcome back to our channel, soap lovers. Today is a beautiful, drama-filled day to unpack the absolute madness that just went down in Genoa City. Grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive right into the latest shockers from our favorite show. I cannot believe they did that. I mean, I am literally sitting here staring at my screen, typing furiously because my jaw is still permanently attached to the floor. I am so frustrated, so obsessed, and, honestly, just so overwhelmed by everything that just happened at this club opening. Did you guys see that final frame of the episode? Because I need to know that I'm not hallucinating. I need to know that we all saw the exact same thing. So, Noah Newman decides to open a new club in Genoa City. Great. Fine. The boy needs a hobby that doesn't involve moping around. But he doesn't just open any regular, generic nightclub. He completely recreates the Shadow Room. Yes, the exact same trendy, underground Los Angeles bar where he first met Sienna. And I just have to ask, why? And am I the only one who thinks this is the biggest, most glaring red flag in the history of red flags? You do not just copy and paste a bar from your murky, mysterious past into your hometown and expect it to be a fun, breezy business venture. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about that kiss. The grand opening is happening. The music is pumping, the neon lights are buzzing, and the entire town has shown up to support Noah. He leans in to give Sienna this big, sweeping, romantic kiss to celebrate their new life together. It should be a beautiful moment, right? Wrong. Because what does Sienna do? She keeps one eye open. I rewound it 3 times. I literally paused my TV. She's kissing the sweet, naive Newman boy, and she is staring off into the distance like she expects the literal Grim Reaper to walk through the front door. It is like the ghosts of the original LA Shadow Room are breathing right down her neck. What on earth is she hiding? I've been watching this show since 2015, and I have seen some incredibly sketchy characters come and go, but Sienna is rapidly climbing to the top of my list. I know some people are loving this pairing, and I know they think Sienna is just edgy and misunderstood, but personally, I am dreading what comes next. I mean, I kinda like her aesthetic, but I hate how she is clearly playing Noah. Contradictory, I know, but I am emotional right now. She is terrified. And honestly, she should be. Considering the original Shadow Room was the stomping ground for Mitch, who we all know was actually Roger Howarth, aka Matt freaking Clark. The same Matt Clark who just locked Noah and Sharon in an abandoned gas station. How is Noah building a shrine to a place connected to that absolute psychopath? Does he have amnesia too? Okay, back to the point. The entire town is at this opening, and it is basically a clown car of unresolved trauma. First of all, let's talk about the Winner's Family Corner, because I am having a complete meltdown over Malcolm. Malcolm is back on our screens. And not just back. The man literally just got discharged from the hospital after a bone marrow transplant, and he marched straight to the Genoa City Athletic Club, and then straight to the Shadow Room. Like, sir, you just had major surgery. Go home and rest. But no, this is Y&R. So instead of resting, he is out clubbing in a room full of flashing lights. And why is he there? Because he has unfinished business with Dr. Stephanie Simmons. Stephanie and Kane? Yes. Kane Ashby literally just helped save his life. Kane stepped up and did what needed to be done. I can't even deal with my emotions about Kane right now. Seeing Kane standing at the bar with Lily. Guys, my Lane-loving heart is screaming. Are they getting back together? I want them to so badly, but I also know the writers love to torture us. Remember when they tried to tease a Lane reunion a few years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. But seeing them standing together in that club just brought back all the feels. But back to Malcolm and Stephanie. He is staring her down at this party, and you can just feel the tension radiating off the screen. Is he there to thank her for her absolute devotion to saving his life? Or is he furious? Because let's be real, Stephanie hid the fact that Holden was Lily's half-brother until Malcolm was literally on his deathbed and desperately needed bone marrow. That is wild. You do not just keep a secret sibling in your back pocket until a medical emergency forces your hand. I am so here for Malcolm calling her out on this. He deserves answers, and Stephanie needs to explain why she played God with their family tree. And speaking of Holden, he is there too, standing with Lily. And let's not forget, Audra Charles is lurking around in her usual fabulous, villainous way. Audra and Holden have to be feeling so incredibly weird right now. They know the original Shadow Room. They know the LA secrets. Seeing this perfect replica in Genoa City has to be tripping them out. I bet Audra is just waiting for the past to explode in everyone's faces. Actually, Audra doesn't even have to wait, because she is actively causing the explosions herself. We already saw the spoilers that Audra and Sienna get into a massive, vicious verbal war at this opening. And I am totally 100% Team Audra on this one. Yes, Audra is a ruthless corporate shark who destroys lives for fun, but at least she owns it. Sienna is acting like this innocent, supportive bartender while literally keeping one eye open during kisses to watch for assassins or whatever. Audra sees right through her fake sweetheart act, and I am living for the drama. Audra is going to rip her apart, and Sienna is going to realize that Genoa City girls play for keeps. But wait, there's more. Because literally everyone is at this party. Danny Romalotti is somehow back in town. He just waltzes into the club with Christine and Daniel. And it is honestly so cute. Danny is planning this massive surprise for Cricket, and it just warms my heart. After all the toxic, heavy garbage happening with Victor using AI to frame Phyllis, and the entire Summers conglomerate collapsing, seeing Danny and Christine so solidly in love is just the palate cleanser I desperately needed. But also, why are they at a nightclub opening? They should be having a romantic, candlelit dinner somewhere quiet, not listening to deafening EDM while Sienna hyperventilates behind the bar. I mean, Daniel is standing there watching his mother's empire burn to the ground, and he's at a club? Make it make sense. And then, oh my god, I have to talk about the Newmans. Sharon is there, supporting Noah, which is sweet. But Victoria and Claire are also there. And so is Kyle Abbott. Can we talk about Victoria and Kyle? I am shaking my head just typing this. I am physically cringing. Victoria just helped reclaim Newman Enterprises. She is feeling powerful. She is feeling smug. And what does she do? She extends an olive branch to Kyle. But it's not just an olive branch, is it? The romantic tension between them is so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. I am sorry, but this is disgusting, and I absolutely love it because it is peak soap opera trash. Kyle is Claire's ex-boyfriend. Victoria is Claire's mother. What is wrong with these people? I am dreading the moment Claire finds out. She just survived Aunt Jordan. She has been through literal psychological torture. She is finally finding some happiness with Holden, and now her own mother is making googly eyes at her ex. It is the most messy, inappropriate, chaotic thing ever, and I am glued to my screen. I just know Victoria is going to cross the line. She always does this. Remember her history with Billy? Remember how she always has to assert dominance? She needs to control everything, including the men in her daughter's life, apparently. And Kyle is just dumb enough and vulnerable enough right now with his parents' marriage falling apart to fall right into Victoria's trap. And speaking of Billy, Sally Spectra is also at this party. Poor, stressed out Sally. She is just standing there, pregnant, holding the biggest secret in Genoa City, probably praying that Billy doesn't figure out the baby isn't his. The sheer anxiety on her face. She is surrounded by all these people, and you can just tell she wants to bolt for the exit. I feel bad for her, but I also just want the secret to come out already, because the suspense is literally killing me. Victoria already slapped her into next week over this paternity lie, and now they are all in the same room together? It is a ticking time bomb. Let's also take a quick second to laugh at the absolute absurdity of the timeline right now. Kyle Abbott is supposedly at this club opening, looking all suave and exchanging tense glances with Victoria, but according to the show's own logic, he is also supposed to be at the DMV at the exact same time. Like, what? Is he cloning himself? Does he have a time turner? Or is Patty Williams messing with his schedule from afar and hacking his life? Honestly, with Patty back in the mix and tormenting Kyle from a distance, nothing would surprise me. The writers really need to check their continuity, but whatever. It's hilarious, and I love finding these little mistakes. So, what is going to happen next? I am calling it right now. Mark my words. Sienna's LA past is going to catch up to her by the end of the month. You do not just keep one eye open during a kiss unless you are expecting a literal monster to show up. Matt Clark is going to wander into that bar with his bizarre amnesia, see the Shadow Room sign, and absolutely snap back to his evil self. Noah is going to be left heartbroken yet again because the boy has the absolute worst taste in women in the history of television. I mean, Courtney, Tessa, now Sienna? Noah, please, just stay single for a year. And Claire is going to walk in on Victoria and Kyle doing something they shouldn't be doing, and she is going to absolutely lose her mind. The Newman family dinners are going to be a bloodbath, and I will be sitting right here on my couch with my popcorn, ready for every single second of it. I am exhausted. This show is exhausting, but I am never, ever going to stop watching. Let me know in the comments if I'm crazy, or if you guys are seeing the exact same things I am. Am I reading too much into Sienna's kiss? Am I the only one screaming about Kane and Lily? I need to go to sleep, but my brain is just spinning with all these plots and I needed to vent to people who actually get it.